Hello, everybody, and thank you for coming along. So, originally slated was going to be another episode of Baldur's Gate 3, Barbarian's Gate, but unfortunately we had some scheduling issues, so instead we are going to be continuing our run of Sunless Skies, which ordinarily comes Sundays. So we might do something else Sunday, or we might just continue with the run. But either way, this is going to be a shorter stream today. So, we're going to hang out, play some nice steampunk horror, and, just have a good time. So, why don't we get into it? Alrighty. Game. Captain Butters. And a thank you to AJR Fear, or AJR Fear, who just followed while we were off stream yesterday. That means we're up to 28, close to our goal of 30 followers. Alright, let's see where we left off quest-wise. Alright, we had a contract for polyphonic penance, or I gotta adjust the volume, don't I? Let me know if the volume is a little loud. Just gonna adjust it a tad, I think. There we go. That's the ticket. Alright. So. Alright, so it looks like we have enough nectar to do that. A little short on supplies, though. Is there anything else we need to do from our last run? So we have our ambition wealth. This is the winning condition. So we need to accrue a fortune, buy a property. So we're in the first region right now. We're in the Reach. There are a bunch of others. We might either do Reach or Albion this time around, because we are doing establishment run-through. Oh, alright, we have people to drop off, don't we? Drop off Madame Lumiere. Gives you a brisk handshake as she departs your locomotive. Better accommodation than I'm used to. Now I have a premiered plan. You're invited, of course. It'll be next week, assuming I haven't keeled over. She bustles off into the smog of New Winchester. Your quartermaster explains it's going to take weeks to get the spores out of her berth. So we just picked her up from Hybris, which is like the mushroom place. Alright, let's see what else. Do we need to repair a locomotive? I think we're topped up. Yeah, man. Sometimes it doesn't like hovering up. Well, it looks like we're full. Do we need... Oh, we need crew, don't we? We got 6 out of 10. Alright, 2 to 3... Let's see. Yeah, 2 to 3. As long as we got, like, 8, we should be fine with this locomotive. Into crew, lost 40 sovereign. Alright, well, that should be good. Let's check out the bazaar. We need crockery. Let's check and see how much we have. Oh, we only have 2. Probably not a good idea to take that contract right now, because I don't know where we're going to get crockery in this region. Yeah, aid the Stovepipes war effort. That's our faction. I mean, we still do stuff with the Tackities, which is the rebel faction, but that's just kind of to progress along. Let's see, so that's... all these are completed. Oh, we have this quest line. Let's see how we're doing on money. Oh, we got a bunch. I think we'll do that in a bit. We'll start that out today. Alright, so we have collected the stomach of a cantankery for the researcher in the Leadbeater and Stainrod Nature Reserve. Don't think we can get the Titanian petal quite yet, but we might be able to find some fungal crinoline flying around. All depends. All depends. You know, we might also see if we can do Carolon as well and help out the devils there, but 23 terror? That could go either way. Sometimes your terror can skyrocket helping the devils. We don't want to let that go. Oh. We also heard ghost stories about a dead Tackety general haunting Magdalens. Travel with Magdalens in search. They are unlikely to be in plain sight. That is going to tip the war effort, so... You know what, we'll do that on the way. Yeah, we're gonna pick up some supplies. That would be smart. Alright. Let us go. Yeah, we'll drop some off here for now if we're gonna be doing stovepipe quests. Oh, we haven't gotten any port reports yet. Well, we'll go ahead and get some Savage Secrets. Alright, straight shot up north. Okay. Wonderful. Wispy condensation trails across the sky, the ghosts of passing trains. Yeah, if we wait to give stuff to the researcher, we'll get more money. Oh, hello. Oh. Overheated, overheated. Okay, there we go. Ooh, alright. Loot the hold. What could it be? A faintly luminescent cage. A silver idol rests inside the cage. 4 wings extend from its haunched shoulders. Made from moonstones, your navigator says in a hushed voice, to amplify the light of the stars. You've gained 1 vision of the heavens. Nice. Very valuable. Alright. Ooh, a wreck. The philosophy. Well, the philosophy seems to be dead and floating, isn't it? Alright, the wreck gleams with frost, its windows are dark, its engines silent. Perhaps something of value lies within. Force the doors open to the hold. Success! Frost is locking, but a pry bar makes an effective key. Your driver holds the locomotive steady along the wreck as your crew take turns at the pry bar. Eventually, the bay doors are sufficiently parted to permit the spryest of you to squeeze through. Soon they return. What's this they have found? A faintly luminescent cage. Things being transported in this cage did not survive the journey, though they still glow faintly. You've gained 2 uncanny specimens. Ooh. Oh. Oh shit. Oh, not one of these. Not one of these. Oh, we're running. We're running. Eldritch monsters from the sky. Oh, those are tracking. Okay, yep. We're moving. We're moving. Whew. Jeez. Oh, that still hit us. Okay, Magdalene's. I'd like to go there. Alright, we're making port, we're making port, we're making port. Shit, shit. I don't like those. We're not equipped for those yet. Whew. Okay. Minor damage, alright. It's the keepsake market. While away time with the other captains will reduce our terror. Ooh, alright. Blythe Bar and the reception is famously well stocked. Attendants are on hand to keep an eye on the clientele and ensure no one seeks treatment while too squiffy. You while away a few hours in the company of several Woodward defectors, a traveling magician, a pair of quarreling botanists, and one almost definite ministry spy, aided by the convivial delights of a bottle or 3 of starshine-tinted brandy. Alright, House of Small Comfort. Report. See if we can't find the general. Some leave smiling, others weeping. No one can resist looking back behind them, even for just a peek. The amenable host strides past, ignoring the crowd of admirers that follows him through the hallways. Speak to the amenable host. Yeah, luckily we know him, so... He speaks of the politics of the Reach, the tedium of it, and his affront that his position requires him to pay any attention to it at all. He speaks of the parties he has hosted, the lives he's healed, and the people he's saved. You begin to suspect he might have an ego. And your time is up. I hope I haven't bored you, he says with a rare smile. One wishes to be many things in life, but never dull. Alright. So that means he probably backstage. There are always jealous stares when someone parts the violet curtain that keeps the attendants' private space from their work. Backstage, relaxed chatter and the scratchy sounds of music over the gramophone fill the air. Clouds of powdered makeup and tobacco wash over you, mixed with lavender perfume. Help an attendant prepare for work. There are lines for hers, briefs to digest, accents to perfect. The attendant sighs as you go over her lines together. I don't even know what a baronet is, she frowns. Some kind of root vegetable? Clock sounds. Visitors scurry through the forecourt to their appointments. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother with the jumble of souls right now. So we can't find the general, can we? Okay, general haunting Magdalene's. Travel to Magdalene's and search. They are unlikely to be in plain sight. Don't know where we haven't looked. I wonder. Let's try. What's treatment for loneliness? He smiles, the practiced smile of an old friend offering comfort for their comrade's predictable misdeeds. That's my specialty. And when I'm on duty in the chambers, he begins to hum the tune of a popular ballad of a signaler fit falling from his locomotive unnoticed by his captain and drifting cold in the dark. This way. Do keep up. You're being treated. Oh, okay. We did do a thing. Alright, so the attendant holds up a candle before 4 doors of mirrored glass. 4 of our staff are available today, each has their own specialty. Their names are not yours to know, only their craft. He smiles suddenly, his teeth gleaming like the links on a chain. You know yourself best. Who can tend to your wounded heart? Whoever you need, you can find behind one of these doors. So, one of your past, a very boring individual indeed. Someone whom once meant a very great deal, a former crewman, or a famous dead Tackety general. See if the rumors are true. Is the deceased Tackety warrior really in attendance at Magdalen's? Let's find out. The dead walk among us and smoke pipes. The attendant smiles and licks his pale lips. You have morbid tastes. This way, please. You're led to a slim chamber of polished scarlet glass. A burly figure is sitting in a comfortable armchair. They smile up at you. The attendant, and they are just an attendant, bears a striking resemblance to the departed general, augmented with cosmetics. The jawline is uncanny. The general makes one crucial mistake. They lean forward to take your hand with their left. You know for a fact the war hero was right-handed. The general sighs, noticing your scrutiny. Ah, damn! This new role for me, I don't suppose I can ask you to keep mum. A lie can be more useful than the truth, especially where morale is concerned. I can expose him or keep my silence. Tackety General is dead, the world ought to know. This is just another of Magdalen's artifices. Or it's better to keep for Tackety morale, to keep the illusion. What harm can it do? Well, we are playing Stovepipe on this run-through, so I think we're going to expose the attendant. You publish in the Gazette. Will the host please see his attendants are living up to their potential? A general lament for falling standards. A more specific plea that Magdalen's does not debase itself with cheap tricks like a parlor clairvoyant. You explain at length about the laughable fakeries of their general. Everyone reads the Gazette. Magdalen's won't be offering the services of the dead soldiers again anytime soon. Winchester War, a hero in Magdalen's. You expose the general as merely an attendant of Magdalen's. You've gained 10 fortune stovepipes, 61 prosperous. You've gained 10 reputation, the Windward Company. New total 38 tolerated. 100 sovereigns. Lost 10 fortune to Tackety, 6 desperate. Alright, so we've probably shifted the balance in the reach, haven't we? So it might be time to get the new locomotive and go to Albion soon, but why don't we see about getting some of these stories done. Alright. Alright, hopefully the Eldritch Horror is gone. Oh, the wind is still there. Alright, we can skip the horror and go down to Paralon. Just want to check. Yeah, okay. Actually, we might need to stop at Lustrum. We'll swing around the other way so we don't raise our terror. Get some fuel after. It's fine, it just means another port report. Although if we see the Tackety office in Lustrum, that means, yeah, the stovepipes are getting the upper hand of the Winchester War. That remains to be seen. Oh, hello there, Dreadnought. The entrance headlights glow like a ghost upon the icy mists. The repentant devil sneers. They are incompetent. They could never master my techniques. Alright, we are here. Alright, first things first. Get all these sold. Should be at a comfortable point enough soon to get the new ship. Ooh. Cheap munitions. Always good to have. Entire commander has tipped you off to the sale of a substantial amount of Admiralty surplus, shot and shell, rifle and revolver. We are definitely going to do that. Yeah, only 200? Yeah, that is a steal. Are fine on supplies at the moment. Yeah, we're probably not going to make it back to New Winchester. We'd be better to go to Lustrum and get some fuel. Actually, we got 3? I mean, that should be fine. I guess. Let's see. Carillon Center. Overgrown Shrine. Contemplate the statue, lower our terror. Let's enter Carillon. Oh, okay, yeah, we have nowhere near enough establishment. We'd probably need to go and do some of the Albion quests. Travel around Carillon. To find a devil in the Gaslight Terrace. Okay. In a flow of ordinary folk, your companions are a lady in a buttoned cloak and a young male student. They walk among themselves about the season. They talk amongst themselves about the seasonable warmth, and how the yellowish glow of the lamps does not show blue silk to best effect. Their words are commonplace, their hands folded and gloved, their opinions supplied by a respectable gazette. You have almost forgotten them, even while you were still walking together. The paths descend by shallow steps to a broad terrace, as crowded as an imperial exhibition. Gaslight lampposts are scattered irregularly across a flagstone terrace. Between them are stations, each containing a patient receiving a treatment. Supervising devils tend to these stations, stopping first here, then there, like bees at flowers. Approach the spineless curate. He sits in stocks attended on devilish orderly. Nearest station, a curate has been shackled to an ordinary pillory. Meet the spineless curate. I've seen something. In this light, it's not hard to see things. It's hard not to see things. A devilish orderly jabs at the curate with a needle. At the sight of the jab, the curate's skin goes lavender. I'm being treated for not believing in God. I've tried everything. Prayer, fasting, long weekends with professional saint. None of it worked. My sermons were suffering. My bishop complained. And has it helped? I have dreams of snakes and angels, he says. It hasn't made me a mystic. I don't think the devils are real either. Just men with funny eyes, aren't they? The devilish shorty smiles with extra teeth. Alright. So we need 5 penance enlightenment or enlightenment in a shift of perspective. Alright, let's give this a shot. Gain a penance of enlightenment. Oh, damn it. 5 terror. Purple-looking lady used to favor sweet wines and carob candies. Until the penitent recovers from this inclination, she has been dosed with a tea that induces memories of one's time in the womb. As for your punishment, it does not bear speaking of. You don't have the stamina to wait it out. There we go. A professional chaperone was brought here for failing to cultivate any particular talent. As punishment, she is receiving a tattoo of Empyrean sigils. Do you feel any more interesting now? Asked the supervising devil. As for your punishment, it does not bear speaking of. For a month afterwards, you see devils dancing in the corners of your eyes. Center. Gotta visit the checkered garden for a shift of perspective. No long journey, but by the time you come out into the plane of the checkerboard, your calves are hurting. The devils are playing tricolored chess with some of the penitents. White pieces, red pieces, pieces the color of a flourishing wind. Around the edges of the board sit the patients who have already been captured, or who were never part of the game to begin with. Shifting, alright. Or why don't we consider the rubbery man? By the way, for those of you not aware, rubbery men in Fallen London are basically squid people. No one has dressed him for the chess game or let him enter the board. Speak with the rubbery man. He stands off to one side, tentacles squirming. Writhing introductions. He is surprised that you approach him. He moves to make room for you, in case you are merely trying to occupy his space. When you speak to him, he offers you a squishy handshake. By various signals, gestures, and directions of his eyes, he indicates that he has come here looking for his place in the world. Ask the man about the devil with the rose-colored gloves. The rubbery man holds up one tentacle, representing the devil with the rose-colored gloves. He then holds up another tentacle. After a moment, he twists the two together. Are the tentacles meant to be kissing? Is that what that is? When you look blank, the rubbery man repeats the pantomime several times. Perhaps the devil has a lover. Perhaps the devil loves the rubbery man. Perhaps the devil enjoys exotic forms of dance. Maybe. Alright, so we either need 5... or we need 1 of each. Alright, well... gonna leave him alone for now? Right. Those who aim drop, aim too high, who spend too much time in low company, who do not know their place, they wind up here. Ah, damn it. All you have to do is wait. The Red King denied the superiority of any non-human creature. For the penitent's own good, he has locked tongue to prevent so much as speaking the name of a superior. As for your punishment, it does not bear speaking of. Try again. There we go. Owen, who just left the game, invited a princess to a drinking party. To improve the quality of her soul, she has been stripped of garments and possessions and given an entirely new name. The supervising devil is distracted by the play on the chessboard. We're gonna try this again. Damn it. A man in pointed metal shoes endlessly told the anecdote about once having met the captivating princess. The devils disapprove. To repair these defects, he is being told glamour stories of parties, but never invited to them. That's terrible. Oh, okay, we got one. Flourishing bishop endlessly told the anecdote about once having met the captivated princess. Until the penitent recovers from this inclination, she has been stripped of garments and possessions and given an entirely new name. Supervising devil makes notes. To the center of Carillon. Is it the Gaslight Terrace? And gain a penance of enlightenment. Dang it! We're gaining terror like crazy. A museless poet chiefly aspires to grow flowers and neater rows in the back garden. To improve the quality of his soul, he has been dressed in the signature paisley of the worshipful company of vermin exterminators. There we go. The glass-eyed nanny accepted invitations to glamorous parties, but always felt disinclined at the last minute to go. As a punishment, she is being made to play a trombone without having had any lessons. The supervising devil watches and takes notes. Alright, so we're going to approach the spineless curate. And we're going to pay his price. Relief. Oh, that's better, he says, rolling his sleeve to cover the place where the needle went in. I have a warning for you. Meet me in the bell garden. It's harder for them to overhear us there. Don't follow me right away. I would want them to see us together. Then he strolls off. Is that all? Is that what he calls gratitude? Have you been duped completely? It remains to be seen whether he will be in the bell garden after all. Return to the center of Carillon. We'll, Well, let's try. Turn back. You put your foot in the first step and the devil blocks you. Those who enter the bell garden must be in a proper state of hygiene, Captain, he says. Wouldn't want to make things worse for the poor sufferers. He washes his hands in the fountain. Stopping you must have been grubby work. See if she can get us in. Alright. Oh, we would have needed the souls. Oh well. Turn to the center. Farewell. Come back if you have any other questions, says the deviless. She has already opened the next file on her desk. Travel around. Alright, well, oh, that's where we do it, okay. Well, we're gonna do the checkerboard first. Consider the rubbery man. Going to elevate the rubbery man. What would such a person need? Perhaps understanding cut with ambition. Transferred. Enlightenment for a start, conversation for a chaser. He consumes both. Tentacles are involved in the twitching of excessively mobile. Would one call those lips? But then, what a transformation! His features smooth and flatten, his tentacles retract. From a distance, one might take him for a human gentleman with an especially prominent brow. He assesses you, then, no, thanks, no comment. Not even the wave of a tentacle. What an ingrate! He takes up someone's freshly discarded crozier. As a bishop, he joins the game in play. Interesting. Turn to the center. Form a ritual of purification. Damn it! Purification, according to the devils, is a matter assigned by lot and daily change. Some patients must wash in salt water, some in fresh. Some must burn their old clothing, or shave their heads, or sustain a high note of song for a full minute by the clock. And some are made to sit in a chair and be lowered into a den of snakes. Perhaps tomorrow's purification ritual will be a little more tolerable. Oh, good thing we all had all that terror reduction. Thank you. Fountains, pebbles, shoes. First, remove your shoes. Wash your face from the fountain of fresh water and your feet in the basin of salt water. Then walk across a patch of white sand, throwing a pebble over your left shoulder to baffle any ill-omened thing that might be following you. Then sleep in a hammock on a private balcony, where only other patients may enter. When you wake up, eat a plain white bread with salt crust. After this, you will be ready. The Bell Garden. Stairs lead up to the highest and coldest point in Carillon. Bells ring louder as you climb. The music is mathematical and exact. Each note sounds for exactly the same length of time, the same duration that is required to ascend one step. No one passes anyone else on these stairs. In a tower over Belgarden, the 12 devils ring a change of 12 bells. The full peal will take 11,000 days to complete, without intermission. From time to time, one devil relieves another, stepping in during the half-minute when that particular bell is at rest. There are no errors. This mathematical music can be heard everywhere in Carillon, but is loudest here. Impurity and imprecision are not welcome. Alright, so let's go to the spineless curate, because he had a message for us. His lips to your ear. This is the best garden, he says. Everything orderly. No one dressed up in pheasant outfits or waltzing backward. But here's what I wanted to tell you. Watch out for the tall devil with the rose-colored gloves. He is embezzling the property. And the curate makes a curious gesture with one hand, as though he were winding noodles around a fork. Oh, he's stealing souls. When you look blank, he says, Spirifage! He's taking souls from the patients in secret before presiding Devilish has a chance at them. I'm afraid he's going to get at me before I finish my term here. Curate has disclosed the secret of the Spirifer. Approach a penitent nurse. She is huddled in a corner with cotton stuffed into her ears. Attempt to communicate with her. It's too loud to speak, certainly. You communicate in writing. She has been within the sound of the bells for 40 days. The clangor is starting to disrupt her mind. She begs you will help her, and out of your kindness, pay part of her penance for her. She would do the same for you. She is very kind and forgiving soul. To convince you at this point, she scribbles down assurances, compliments, and a sketch of herself, ministering to a leprous child. Alright, what do we need to do for her? We need 5 deprivation, or deprivation and ordeal. Interesting. Let her be for now. We'll try. Oh my god, we got one! Price is paid. Coroner suffers from an unaccountable peckishness. To cure these defects of character, he chews a sprig of mint before speaking. I trust you see, remarks the supervising Devilish, why self-restraint is needed. As for your punishment, okay, yeah. Alright, we'll try and get one more. And we're failed. Purification is not obtained. A lawyer specializing in matters of divorce swam in the Thames as a child. Until the penitent recovers from his inclination, she must go without water, tea, or beer. Alright, we're gonna try one more time. Alright, yeah, that's too much. I mean, these penitences are different every time, and that's cool. A lot of effort went into this. Just give me a second, guys. Alright. Okay, we're going to return to the center. 144 steps, 12 changes of 12 bells. Before you reach the bottom again, no one else is on the staircase. The penitents look up curiously when you arrive back at the center of Carillon. Alright, so our soul is of no condition to do any of the special stuff, but... Interesting. Enter the stunted grove. There's no real gate. Not much of a wall either. Only a low stone barrier, perhaps a foot tall, easy to step over. The thorn bushes grow thorns an inch or more long. There are paths between them, but it's hard to pass by without tearing one's clothes. The devils who work here have scratches on their forearms, though they do not seem to mind. There is not a single comfortable place to sit. Approach the professional penitent. She is seated on a stool, eating vast quantities of sorbet. She collects penance for other people. Speak with the professional penitent. Penitent is seated on a stool, eating from an enormous barrel of violet sorbet. There's enough to supply a carnival. Penitent's lips are blue, her fingers are sticky. There are purple smears on her frock. Wasps are taking interest in the side of her face. When you come over, she puts down her spoon long enough to greet you. I'm here on behalf of the Viscountess who doesn't love her children. She is waiting back in London for me to deliver her penance. Pointedly, the supervising devil sits another long-handled spoon on her elbow. Alright, so yeah, I need another deprivation or a bunch of ordeals. Alright, let's see. Alright, let's give it a shot. Success! Struggled towards proper feeling. An elderly bachelor shuns weddings and makes fun of baptism. As punishment, she has been made to sit at the top of a tall pole. The supervising deviless makes notes. I will try it again. Yeah, damn it. We don't want to do too much. Their terror is already crawling higher and higher. A dandy has never given a penny to a beggar. As a corrective, he has been tied to one of the trees in the grove. Ouch. Okay, we're gonna try one more time. The Glim man once pushed a sweetheart into the river. In order to correct these flaws, he has been made to sit at the top of a tall pole. Alright, I think we'll help the professional penitent. Donate an ordeal and deprivation of professional penitent. She likely has a use for these, for a current customer or for a future one. She accepts both penitents gratefully. Let me pay you, she says. Deprivations are not my favorite. I still do them, of course. There's nothing I won't live through for a client, but the fasting gets dull, so nice to be able to stock this without having to do it for myself. Return to the center. I think that's fine for now, because we're going to need to work on our terror a bit. It's a little high. Right, why don't we see if we can talk to the presiding deviless? Do I turn him in or blackmail him? Her apron is starch, her dress pinstripe. There is a stack of patient files on her desk, color-coded. Corners of her mouth say she knows something about something to your disadvantage. You know what? Let's turn him in. You lay out what you know. The rose-gloved devil has been stealing souls for himself and not making proper contracts for them either. Spearfish, she says. And I warned him. After a moment, her attention returns to you. Had a very different soul when we first met. This is the trouble with friendship among devils. Come back in 5 years' time, and who knows? You may find me engaged in a smuggling operation of my own. Oh, we could take him as an officer. We can probe into the nature of devil souls. She may think it unsuitable for a human to know the answer to such questions. In fact, it might be truly unsuitable to know. Well, we can give it a shot. She takes out a bottled soul and sets it on our desk. When I got this, it was blazing white in its bottle, supposedly from a poet saint, and now look, rusty pipe water. Devil souls change on their own. And she adds, not like yours. You knew you shouldn't ask. Hey, Urban Hangman! Yay, it's me! How are you? How goes the goings? Ooh, 1 searing enigma. Those are good. 1,000 experience. Close to the level up, I think. About 555 away. Alright. Yeah, we'll do more of the Carolon stuff after. Oh, at least all that terror we gained was worth it, because we got a searing enigma. Alright, let's see. Yeah, we're gonna have to scooch back to New Winchester, because we're low on fuel and high on terror. Farewell. I'll come back if you have any other questions, says the Deviless. She has already opened the next file on her desk. Observe the casting out of the Spirifer. The presiding Deviless is haranguing the Spirifer on her beehive office. It looks as though the interview will not last much longer. I managed to get the silencing done. Now I've got to sort out the D&D stuff, but that's a tomorrow thing. Yeah, you gotta space it out, you know? There they go. He's not allowed to take anything with him. Not a case, not a hat, not even clothing. The presiding Deviless makes him strip down to the courtyard to show he hasn't got any spare souls tucked into his trousers. Penitents have seen plenty of humiliations lately, but generally inflicted on humans. They watch the Spirifer's progress in a spirit of ill-concealed jubilation. Nude and slumped-shouldered, he walks to the port. After he is gone, the presiding Deviless takes a curious two-pronged fork from her desk and flings it into the fountain. The water seethes. 10 savage secrets. Alright, we have more than enough terror. Let's go back to New Winchester. We might also need to go treat it in Magdalene's. Oh, discontent. An engineer cries out, her voice hoarse as a professional mourner. It's gone! She points through one of the stained glass windows. A star! It winked out! You look through the glass. Stars burn upon the firmament. The specific patch of sky she's pointing to is indeed empty. But you couldn't say if it had a star there before. Make a joke of it and her. 28% chance. Success? Set a watch on the stars. Is it true? If you organized a rota of observers, you could see it happen. But it will mean exposing the watchers to the stars' perilous light. Yeah, how much do I need? Alright, we got plenty of supplies. Dispense an additional ration of brandy. A reprieve. The prospect of brandy provokes a ragged cheer. Soon the crew have rosy faces and broad smiles. Your locomotive resounds to a lusty, if approximate, rendition of how the sailors lost their Z's. No one looks out of the windows, though. No one looks at the stars. Your terror has fallen. Woo! The engine headlights glow like a ghost upon the icy mists. Yeah, unfortunately we're going to have to keep today's stream a little shorter. So, probably got another half hour before we gotta wrap it up. Lights in the distance, a stoker begins to sing a ballad about the chimneys of New Winchester. Ooh, flotsam! Fuel! Gotta love it. Wispy condensation trails across the sky, and the ghosts of passing trains. First things first, repair. Oh, attend the grand premiere. Madame Lumiere has wasted no time in organizing your premiere. To express her gratitude, she's given you tickets. Madame Lumiere has reopened the theatre beneath the arches of Bishopbridge. Prominent tackities sit with London sympathizers. They have formed a brief truce, uniting in their low spirit of the cramped velvet seats. A light flares in the plastered wall. The film begins. The film is titled Concupiscence of the Verdants. Flickering images on painted lenses jerk across the wall. The camera luxuriates on the collapsing brown flesh of a fruiting fungus, the flight of a boring body, the sudden bursting of a violet fungal sac, prolonged death spasms of a cameraman. There are gasps from the audience. You can take in the detail, admire the wire picture, or close your eyes. So we are playing a soldier, so a ex-royal engineer. So we can take in the detail. Lumiere has an exacting eye. Some of the shots are blemished, but what has been captured reveals much about the Reach's flora. This work is worth careful attention. Or admire the wider picture. If you avoid looking at the foreground, there is much to appreciate. The film strips have been painted to reveal the lush colors of the landscapes, the violet purple of the fungus. There is an awful beauty to the whole thing. I'm thinking taking the detail. Final sequence of the rotting fungal husks collapsing onto the settlement is exquisite, and yet you are the only one who remains behind to congratulate Lumiere. I wish more were so discerning, she smiles. Still, this was only a start. Please, see me later. Gonna meet her again. Ooh, can level up. A life's work. She rings for 2 cups of nectar-infused tea. I crave the stuff, she says, a smile creasing on her face like a well-used cushion. I'm too old to be lugging cameras about anymore, waiting for the perfect shot. My own fault. I could have stayed in London, but I wanted to see the stars. Thanks for helping me home. This is where I'll stay now, I think. She coughs into a yellow-stained handkerchief. Time to fund films rather than make them, I think. The coughing worsens. Please, excuse me. She leaves you with a hurried goodbye. And the bill. Oh, come on, you're leaving me with the bill. Actually, inquire about the Winchester War. The slow-burning war for the breach forms the backdrop to daily life in New Winchester. Citizens wishing to keep up with the developments in the war turn to the New Gazette. It is famously the only newspaper worth reading in New Winchester, as well as the only paper that hasn't bankrupted itself. Its quality speaks for itself. Read about the latest news. Fortunes of war. A secret munitions factory in the lower district has been shelled. Acting on hidden intelligence, the Indrid veteran convened an emergency session of the Assembly, authorizing lethal force to be used in removing the threat. No survivors were reported. And no casualties amongst the Assembly's men. The Windward Company has offered all the help it can in the ongoing investigation. Read about the current political situation. The Assembly runs New Winchester from Victory Hall and seeks to strengthen its hand and reach. London's proxy, the Windward Company, however, maintains a considerable presence in the breach. Although New Winchester is still neutral ground, tensions are mounting within and without the port. Search the Gazette for my name. One's reputation. You are not mentioned by name, but a dagger type of you appears in society pages. Apparently you are a bellwether for those wishing to adopt a tackety look. There is no mention of you among the stories about the Stovepipe's recent fortunes, or of not of interest to them. Uh-oh. Toes for Port Prosper. Alright. I'm curious. Oh, we have more than enough for this. Tempting. Alright, take a facet. Let's see. Metamorphosis. You can no longer be the person you were told to be. Hearts in iron or hearts in veils. An interlude in red and gold. You lost your mind once. They put you in a splendid hotel managed by a cheery gentleman who would determine when you could leave. Mirrors in iron or mirrors in veils. Steam and soot. You spent much of your time in the engine yards, watching locomotives being built, repaired, and decommissioned. Iron in veils or iron in mirrors. A lost love. Love, the gradual erosion of that which separates you from someone else. The fitting together of two lives, as intricately and intimately as the threads in a tapestry or the cells in your skin. When one of those lives ends, what remains of the other? Hearts mirrors in a moment of inspiration, or hearts iron in a moment of inspiration? Should probably up our iron a little bit. And we also need hearts and veils. Promise of days. Her Majesty offered the earliest pioneers to enter the heavens a grant of 30 years that they could build houses and necessities for those who would follow. Mirrors iron a sky story, or mirrors veils in a sky story? Hey, let's check. How do you spend the Queen's hours? In toil or gallivanting? Check this. Learning how the engines worked. He's dropping on Skyfarer's stories. So this would work well with our character. But of course, we need to at least get these to 25 at some point. You loved, you lost, how badly does it hurt now? Like a gnawing ache, a hole in the heart. You feel always that something is missing, and in the middle of other things you will look up and around, and then remember that they will never be there. Like a fresh wound, as red now as it was then. Sometimes the grief is raw, ravaging, a wolf howl in a midwinter's night. At other times it sullenly slinks, waiting for a reason, any reason, lift its head and howl again. Well, we need to work on iron, but we also need hearts. And then we can work on iron and mirror. And get around to veils at some point. Oh, are we doing on time? Alright. We got a bit of time. I think we are going to do... Yeah, we're going to do this prospect. And then maybe ferry one passenger from Port Prosper. Then we'll buy the new ship and work on the Trader's Wood quest, the Regent's Grave, afterward. But that'll probably be next stream. Alright, let's get going. Oh, nope, lag. Okay, there we go. Old stones and forgotten ruins lie tumbled across the sky. A new smell behind the coal and the oil, the green, unlikely scent of apples. Cheap fuel's always good. Gonna have some cider, reduce our terror. Now we need to increase our welcome. Share gossip. Good thing we have plenty. Report, report. There we go. It's a bit better. Oh, the Somerset Hunting Club. Thick cigar smoke curls up through the air, filling this private chamber with premium-grade fog. Loaded gentlemen in well-worn military uniforms sit at mahogany tables, sipping port. They chunter the old days and how very much better they were. Request membership of the club. It was a famous club in old London, home to not just nobles and distinguished soldiers, but ex-ministers, royal courtiers, and other members of high society. Our sort of people. Stout veteran gives you a polite once-over. I suppose we could countenance an application. Of course, membership is not a matter of mere money. No, no. He directs your attentions to the trophies. Most are old and musty. Neath creatures, deer, foxes, and a bear, all hunted in the members' now long-distant youth. But perhaps if you could help decorate our walls with some impressive local fauna, we can talk matters of first payment. Then, membership. Of course, we could hunt the beasties ourselves, and we will. By thunder, we will. But the fire is so warm, and there's port left in this bottle. So we need to kill a Cantankeree, a Chorister Bee, and a Scribe Spinster. Alright, that's gonna be a new ship thing. Oh, here we go. Some cheap souls. How many we need? 3. And we got 3. Perfect. Hey, we got them at a discount. It's a bargain. Somnolent silence lies about these hollow, haughty ruins. Yeah, we don't have an assaying tool yet. Oh, more ruins. Weather walls of this ruin are engraved in an intricate language of the suns. If you'll just give me a second, guys. Alright, and we are back. You approach the memorial to the unknown rat. One by one, your crew remove their hats. It's another reason we stop by the wonders. Look at that terror go right down. Bridger's clock chimes twice, quickly. This close to the Eisenbard line, time is devious. Queen's Cross Station. Ooh, Opportunity Ministry approved literature. Not too bad. Report. Take tea at the Admiral Nelson. We'll take tea with the ladies who brunch. That gets us more literature. We'll need to sell some of it, though. Yeah, right. Oh, wait. Oh, there we go. We gotta put that down. Oh, hopefully they're still there. Game grubby urchins are selling stained glass. Let's hope. Transport to settlers, urge others to seek adventure. Crowd gathers to listen to your tales. Your stories of daring escapes and fingernail victories go down to almost as well as whiskey. Ambition dawns in several bloodshot eyes. One might even follow through on it when sober. One way to the lustrum, thanking you kindly. One way to the lustrum, thanking you kindly. By Jove, I think it's finally time I see the real frontier. You wipe your hand in your trousers after shaking his disquietingly sweaty hand. This is it, isn't it? Leaving the safety of Port Prosper, really going out into the world. Aha! Here we go then, eh? Yes, here we go. All right. And we're gonna take him on the shortcut. All right. There we go. New Winchester bound. And then to Lustrum. A wreck. The Choco. Wreck gleams through frost. Its windows are dark. Its engine silent. Perhaps something of value lies within. I think we're just gonna mourn the dead. Lower our terror. Change of heart. The settler emerges from his cabin, a suitcase clutched in his hands. I've had just time to think, and I admit it, I can't do it. I don't want to go, but it's so warm here, and everyone's been so kind. Might I stay on, or at least take me back to Port Prosper? His smile is brittle. Yeah, if we're gonna be getting the ship upgrade, then. Yeah, so. No, but you'll think about taking him back. Maybe he's not cut out for your peripatetic lifestyle. Maybe he's just better off going to his destination. Maybe he's just being silly. His smile widens. He blinks several times. Of course. So much to think about. So much to do. I'll be back in my cabin, where it's safe. You drop him off at his original destination, or return him to Port Prosper, which is his original destination. Turning around. Return to settler. Your passenger staggers off your engine, his gratitude profuse. He's quite happy to remain right here. Thank you very much. Journeying with you has convinced him he has no desire to journey at all. You barely left. Well, at least we got money out of it. I think I'm just going to pick up one of these. And back around. Shit, I went in the wrong direction. Oops. My bad. Fury Harlequin. No, that's a new one. Shot. Ah, damn it. The driver pulls your locomotive alongside the wreck close enough for you to leap the gap. You squeeze, with difficulty, into the starlit bridge, where frozen figures sit at stiff attention. Dead bridge crew. Mustaches bristle with ice crystals. You pick a careful path between them. Something at the far end of the room has caught your eye. Last jewelry box. Swingle gold upon a bed of velvet. A piece of worn jewelry. A name is inscribed on it, too faded now to read. Marauders prowl these dim groves in defiance of nearby New Winchester. Content, a junior signaler receives a dose of medicinal port in the infirmary. After seeing the frozen corpses spin past a window, the experience has shaken him. "The dead are hungry," he says. "We need to make an offering, or it'll come back a knocking at the hull." Generous, jettison some supplies, reprimand him, level back the corpse and loot it. I think, reduce by 50. We can treat the nightmare if we need to. It would be poor company, but it's what you'd want to happen if you were found dead in the sky. A dour companion. It's a good deed, perhaps, to carry a lost soul home, but it is not a happy one. The crew are grimly hardened, but your dreams are troubled. The corpse wore a captain's jacket. Their face is a mask of frozen horror. You are leaving stains. You first notice it on your bed, faint rusty marks at the creases of your pillow. There are finger traces, the shade of old blood on the handle of your door, the armpits of your clothing too, something with the taste of metal. It's coming out of your pores. Bleach everything or wait, understand it first. Ooh, success. Items in storage. Some of these clothes you've never worn, but they are in your cupboard, and they smell like you. There's a tangy sensation in the back of your throat. There's a mirror in which your reflection will not meet your eye. Oh. Creepy. Homestead? Homestead. Settlers that live so far behind the edge of civilization relish the hardships of solitude. They will fiercely defend their small territories, but occasionally welcome the company and trade. You sit down beside a humble homestead whose owners, despite their ragged sleeves, insist on inviting you in. Eat your fill, share gossip, swiftly, and eat your fill. Briefly without terror. Okay, I need to learn to drive. There we go. We're gonna strip for repairs this time. Alright. A Nanolinsky dancer. Open, loot the hold. Driver holds your locomotive steady alongside the wreck as you cruise between take turns at the pry bar. What could be a some-class box? Inside, a slim red volume. Its bindings are leather. The covers are embossed with gold leaf. It is a book of love poetry, a collection deemed both acceptable by the Ministry of Public Decency and Her Renewed Majesty. A faded daguerreotype of the Prince Consort fills the inside leaf. Onwards! Clamor of New Winchester can be heard on the wind, familiar as a disagreeable uncle. Let's see. See if they're still here. Oh, they're still here, yeah. Alright. Deliver some port reports. Alright, let's take care of our affairs in New Winchester, and then I think we're gonna stop the stream. An opportunity, a Perfidity factor requests a meeting. A neat calling card is waiting for you at the station. The paper was sent in. The envelope ironed. The meeting takes several days to arrange. She rejects the Round Table as a venue and all the cafes in the Upper District, even that nice tea room under the bridges. Eventually you agree upon the parlor at a company house, which is open to visitors on a Sunday. The Perfidity factor requests you change table 3 times before she is satisfied. I'm looking for several disappeared colonists. I believe their destination was Hybris. I'm much appreciative if you were to take me there. Oh, alright, I guess we're going back to Hybris. Not today, though. I think, oh, we're gonna pick up both of these. Oh yeah, plenty of these now. Lots of ministry-approved literature. Oh, we got a good chunk of money, too. I think... yeah. Yeah, we're not going to afford that anywhere near anytime soon. Yeah, we're going to go with the Pelennor class trader. Because we are going to need the storage space. Ooh, random name. The Baskerville. Not a bad one. Phoenix. Atheus, Topaz, Kilgore. Hope. Asterion. Melancholia. Asymptomatic. Anyone in chat want to pop anything out, feel free. Ooh, Clytemnestra, that's a good one. Murgatroyd, Nocturnal, Zenith. Bathory. Cersei. Oh, Innisfree. Good poem, too. Or Innisfree, technically. Maybe. Chipping Norton. Ooh, Vagabond, that's good. Cocksure. Matilda Briggs. I am not naming my locomotive Theseus. I am not going to have the ship of Theseus. Or am I? Alright, you know what? We're gonna go with Innisfree. Alright. Do that. Go back and top off the hull. We're gonna need more of these. Sunless Skies. Hello, Azora. How are you? We are actually going to be ending momentarily here. Not gonna be able to do quite long of a stream today. Bunch of scheduling things. My face anytime? What do you mean, my face anytime? I know. Well, we'll talk about it because I was gonna do Sunless Sea or Sunless Skies. Sunless Seas is a totally different game. Sunless Skies Sunday, but I don't know. This week's schedule kind of got all wonky. So, from oh god to intrigued to horrified. Usually, why does it keep blocking it out on the app? I have it set to not block it out. Well, that is annoying. What about sage? Other than the fact that it is a very tasty herb. Or actually, if we're going to Hybris, we're gonna need more fuel. Boomer? Boomer where? I don't see any boomers. Oh, why does it keep blocking out LMAO? That's like the most tame thing you can put in a chat. Ah. All right, now I'm all right, over here I see LMAO because I just went into OBS. I like switched the tabs because I got a signal monitor here. I got the app on my phone over here, and it's blocking it out on my phone, but I can see it over here because I have it set to Twitch not to block it out because I am an adult, you know. But yeah, no, I was raised by boomers too. Although the tail end of boomer. But hey, you know. Anywho, I am glad you've popped up, even though we are going to be ending not too long. In not too long. Hang on. Oop, not what I want. Not letting me put in 2 cargo modules, come on! One was born in 52 and the other in 62. I am not going to put either of my parents' birth dates on, or birth years on here, but, yeah, so I'm gonna be filming, or I'm gonna be recording this Campaign in Ruins podcast with everyone later. It's the first episode we're going to be doing in a few weeks. We can finally get everyone together for it. So we can do Valheim another night. Maybe Sunday. It's honestly what I'm thinking. Well, geez, Mr. Popular. Actually, I've been doing this Campaign in Ruins since, like, earlier last year. I think this is going to be episode 10, and there's also 2 holiday specials. A 2-parter holiday special we did. So. So, yeah, it's on SoundCloud right now. If you want to check it out, this Campaign in Ruins. So, for those of you not aware, this Campaign in Ruins is an archaeology-themed D&D podcast that I have been a part of for quite a while. It's run and played completely by professional archaeologists and occasionally historians. We've had a couple historians on. But, yeah, we start out the podcast, you know, just quick introduction. We talk about archaeology news or, like, the state of the industry, something along those lines. And then, we get into D&D. And yeah, no, you get a bunch of, archaeologists who are pretty much all nerds in a room playing D&D. It is fun and funny. I am playing a hill dwarf cleric rogue multiclass named Kazak Lothgar. It is really fun. Sounds super nerdy, my kind of thing. Yeah, my kind of thing too. Which is why when Dane was like, "Hey, Ian, you wanna do this?" I was like, "Hell yeah!" Yeah, no, it is a lot of fun. Especially the last couple episodes we did are funny as fuck. No, Dr. Nikolai Rush Esquire. You know what? I know that's our collaboration. You gotta tell me when you're doing the next chapter. That's right, people. I also do short serial fiction in my free time. I know, I'm just giving you shit, Easy. It's fine, take your time, just let me know. Let me know what's what. No, it's quite alright. I'm, like, only, like, what, halfway done for, maybe? There's a lot of editing I gotta do. A lot of it I wrote when I was just, like, so freaking tired. Anyway, why don't we move into Facecam here if we're just chatting, because I know we're not going to be continuing on this quite yet, so... Save and exit. Yes. Yeah, no worries. We just switch on to the Facecam here. Alrighty. Just have one hell of a writer's block. Honestly, yeah, tell me about it. I've been experiencing a lot of the same thing. Just been a lot going on lately, a lot in my mind, you know. That intro game, yeah, it's sick. Hang on, let me do it this way so you can sort of see it. Yeah, no, I love Failbetter Games. They're an amazing studio. I love the Fallen London series. Hang on, I'm getting a call. Excuse me? Yeah, no, important call. It was just a quick thing. But, yeah. Where was I? Well, yeah, if my mom calls, I don't know if it's an emergency or it's like, uh, but, yeah, no, I mean, it was just a quick thing. Where was I? Remind me where I was. Yeah, I know you're messing. I know you're messing. I know you. It's fine. I was talking about writer's block. I was also, like, plugging this studio. So this is Sunless Skies by Failbetter Games. This is the sequel to Sunless Sea. I don't know if you've played that. Both of them are based off the browser text-based game Fallen London, which I absolutely love. I haven't played Fallen London in ages, though. But I do like playing, like, Sunless Sea and Sunless Skies are like my comfort games. They're like, the sort of like quasi grimdark steampunk Lovecraftian fantasy with like little smatterings of romance and gothic horror and even comedy. There's a hefty pinch of comedy in here too. It's that sort of dry British comedy though, which I know I grew up with. But yeah, it's great. Yeah, no, I love the aesthetics. The story is brilliant. The writing that they do at Failbetter Games is honestly just astounding. Used to be Skyrim. Yeah, I mean, I play a lot of Minecraft recently too, now that I have it. But I haven't, believe it or not, I haven't played a lot of Skyrim. And I haven't played a lot of Skyrim. I know, sacrilegious. I started a playthrough a while ago, but I'm so lost as where I was, I might as well just restart. Yeah, we need to play more Minecraft. I mean, I like doing these collaborative streams too. It's very nice, you know, being able to have someone to, you know, work off of. But, you know, this is good too. We're just chilling. To make it feel more modern. See, I don't need modded. I'm happy just playing the game as it was meant to be played. Although, I'm starting to find out Bethesda Studios, everything's kind of wonky. Because this is like the first Bethesda game I think I've played. Skyrim, that is. Gonna be working on stuff to get you streaming again. Talk to me too, because I know I've had friends that have helped me get all of this set up. Yeah, that's one thing, especially my friends who stream were telling me, is that like if your camera like is fine, you know, as long as it works, what you really should focus on first is your sound. Because I just got this new mic, because honestly, the one that comes in my laptop is absolute crap. So at least with this, you can like hear my voice, and it's easier to kind of adjust things. And it's even got like a little mute function. So, if you want, I can talk to you about that, but I do need to get off in a second, though. Okay, yeah. I think there's like an authentication thing you gotta do, but we'll talk about that when I have some time. Yeah. Alright, so I think, so we've gone a little longer, but, you know, it's always good to get this little chatting here. Oh, of course. So, no, thank you for coming in and chatting. I like it when the chat is lively. You know? It's nice having people to talk to. It's nice. It's chill. We can talk about the games. But, yeah. I think we are going to end it here, because I got to go get the dinners before I record, and I also got to prepare the stuff for the podcast. Yeah, you do, and I really appreciate it. So, all right. Well, this has been a slight change in the schedule with a stream of Sunless Skies. We should be going back to Baldur's Gate with me, Urban Hangman, and Rotos 2001 next week, but keep your ears out on that. We'll see if we can get that going. And yeah. Oh, thank you. I expect it to be fun and chaotic, as D&D should be. So, yeah, I mean, if check out my TikTok, I'll announce it when it goes out in SoundCloud. The episode should be in a couple days at most. But, yeah, and if you haven't checked it out already, This Campaign in Ruins on SoundCloud. And I am going to sign off. Come check out my stream 1 p.m. Sunday. Hopefully I'll see you there.